Have you ever stopped to think about how many things you use every single day that you didn't even know were total happy accidents? Today, we're diving into the one things you use every day that were invented by accident. And trust me, you'll never look at your microwave or sticky notes the same way again. Let's start with an invention that might just be one of the most used things in your kitchen. Number 10, the microwave oven. In 1945, an engineer named Percy Spencer was working on radar equipment when something strange happened. A chocolate bar in his pocket melted. That's right, a melted candy bar. Curious, he placed some popcorn kernels near the device and watched them pop. From that bizarre moment, the first microwave oven was born. We now use this machine every single day to heat up leftovers, make popcorn, or warm up coffee, all thanks to a snack melting where it shouldn't have. Which brings us to number 9, the Post-it note. If you've ever stuck a little yellow note on your fridge, your monitor, or your planner, here's the story behind it. In the late 1960s, a scientist at 3M named Spencer Silver was trying to create a super strong glue. Instead, he accidentally made a weak, repositionable adhesive, one that barely stuck at all. At first, it seemed useless, but another colleague had a moment of inspiration. What if we use this to make bookmarks that stick without damaging pages? And that idea became the Post-it note we all know and use for reminders, lists, office notes, and more. Number 8, Velcro. You might think Velcro was designed on purpose, but nope. Swiss engineer Georges de Mestral was walking his dog in the Alps when burrs got stuck to his clothes and their fur. Curious, he examined them under a microscope and saw the tiny hooks that latched on. Instead of brushing them off and forgetting about it, he thought, what if we could replicate those hooks with fabric? The result was Velcro, now used in clothing, shoes, bags, sports gear, and even in spacecraft. At number 7, the Slinky. A lot of us played with Slinkies as kids. Watching them walk downstairs was pure magic. But its creation wasn't magical at all, it was accidental. An engineer named Richard James was trying to develop springs to keep sensitive equipment steady on naval ships. One day, a spring fell off a shelf and began flipping and stepping across the floor. Instead of dismissing it, James saw the entertainment potential. That spring became the toy that has delighted generations, all because it fell off a table. Coming in at number 6. Super glue. You might have a tube of this in a drawer right now. Invented by Harry Coover Jr., super glue came about while researchers were trying to make plastic gun sights during World War II. Instead, they kept creating a substance that stuck to everything. At first, nobody knew what to do with it, but years later, Coover realized that this super sticky compound could bond materials instantly, and thus, super glue was born. It's now essential in homes, schools, and workplaces around the world. Number 5, penicillin. This accidental discovery didn't give us a fun toy or kitchen appliance. It revolutionized medicine. In 1928, Dr. Alexander Fleming left some bacterial cultures on his bench before going on vacation. When he came back, one of the dishes had mold on it, and around that mold, bacteria had stopped growing. That mold turned out to produce penicillin, the world's first antibiotic. Before penicillin, simple infections could be deadly. Afterwards, doctors had a powerful tool to save millions of lives. Number 4, potato chips. Yes, those crispy, salty snacks you snack on every day were also an accident. In 1853, a chef named George Crumb was trying to satisfy a picky customer who kept sending back French fries, complaining they were too thick and soggy. Out of frustration, he sliced the potatoes as thin as possible and fried them until they were crisp. The customer loved them, and potato chips were born. Number 3, chocolate chip cookies. Speaking of snacks, who doesn't love chocolate chip cookies? The very first batch wasn't even supposed to have chips in them. In 1930, Ruth Graves Wakefield was baking cookies but ran out of baker's chocolate, so she chopped up a semi-sweet bar instead, thinking it would melt into the dough. Instead, the pieces held their shape, and the chocolate chip cookie was born. Now they're one of the most popular cookies in the world. Number 2, the ice cream cone. This one isn't just tasty, it's the result of a food stall emergency. At the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, an ice cream vendor ran out of bowls. A neighboring vendor with waffle-like pastries rolled one into a cone shape so customers could hold their ice cream, and the idea stuck. That simple adaptation gave us the iconic ice cream cone that's synonymous with summer. And the number one thing you use every day that was invented by accident is Coca-Cola. That might sound crazy, but the world's most famous soft drink began as a medicinal tonic. In 1886, pharmacist John Pemberton was experimenting with a beverage to cure headaches and nervous disorders. He mixed coca leaf extract with carbonated water, expecting it to be a health remedy. Instead, people loved the taste, and Coca-Cola became what we now know as one of the most popular drinks in the world. Now, take a moment to think about that list. A machine that heats food simply because a chocolate bar melted unexpectedly. Sticky notes that exist because a scientist failed to create a strong glue. Potato chips and chocolate chip cookies, two of the world's most beloved snacks, both born from simple kitchen mistakes. And even penicillin, something that has saved millions of lives, was discovered because someone left a mess in their lab. These stories show us something important. Accidents aren't always bad. Sometimes the most useful ideas come not from careful planning, but from being curious, recognizing an unexpected result, and asking, what if? Innovation isn't always linear. Sometimes it leaps forward when we least expect it. That's what makes accidental inventions so fascinating. They remind us that failure can be a stepping stone, and that everyday objects we take for granted often have wild histories. Before we go, here's a fun challenge for you. The next time something doesn't go according to plan, whether you burn your toast or spill something on your desk, don't just get frustrated. Ask yourself, could this mistake be the start of something amazing? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about accidental inventions, hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another mind-blowing video. And tell us in the comments, what everyday object surprised you the most by being invented by accident? See you in the next one.